Welcome, you guys.
$220.
Another wonderful Tuesday is upon us. Yeah, we already got someone in the chat there excited for the Atari auction coming up October 4th. The Pioneer Showcase auction. Why do I have October 3rd? Is it the 3rd or the 4th? What day does that happen? I don't know what the calendar looks like. It's coming up though, and we got people like October 3rd. October 3rd. You had me tripping out. Starting off the auction here with Atari 5200 Gremlins.
Fair warning.
From an open case pack of 3. I guess Atari 5200 games come in 3 packs. I didn't even know that.
95.
Yeah, DuckTales 2 in a weekly, man. You'll love to see it. You're pumped for the Atari auction? I don't know if you guys are memeing or not. Like, is this genuine excitement for the Atari auction? Is it bad that I, like... Is it bad that that's where Atari sits on my my tier list? That, like, I don't even know if you guys are genuinely interested or if you're just trolling. So welcome in, Zach the Muffin Man, Game Gallery, Super Junk, Dewbiter, Crispy AF, Timothy. I am on time. Ren X Machina, House of the Moose, Pokerface, Elijah Lewis, Trevor, welcome in, Joe Kane, Joe Migraine, Joe, everybody. Yeah, stop being so ageist, seriously, eh? Seriously, I'm an Atari frickin' stinker over here. I'm gonna dunk on Atari till the day I die. Imagine collecting for the Atari. Frickin' dinosaurs showing up to that auction.
$220.
Abadox, 9.28 plus Milton Bradley there. From the Dallas Fort Worth collection, 193.75. Dig Dug 2, also from the Dallas Fort Worth collection, 9.28 plus. Pushing over $300 actually. A little bit of love for Dig Dug 2.
$280.
You think a mint G.I. Joe just went for like $1,000 on eBay? Honest to God, that's not bad. Can't you still buy G.I. Joe though for like 150, $200? Like, aren't there still case fresh copies? Maybe I'm crazy. But Chris Larson, welcome in. Welcome in. Huge thanks to Heritage sponsoring tonight's auction, as always. Huge thanks to you guys being here. As people are saying, we're rolling into the Pioneers of Home Console Showcase auction, October 3rd. Consignment deadlines are like today. Today's the cutoff. I mean, maybe you can still slide your way into the next 6th Generation Beyond Showcase or the November signature, which we are going to be talking about in just a second here. The Sculptor's cut is lined up for that auction now, November 14th to 16th. The cutoff is today. Maybe if you send out an email, if you really want to get into the November signature, if you really have something special you want to get sold before the end of the year, reach out today. Literally the last day. Video games at ha.com. There's also Japanese video games, 8 to 64-bit coming up later in the year. And of course, always accepting consignments for the weekly auctions, like this frickin' DuckTales 2 sitting in a weekly auction. 7.0A, always taking quality consignments for the weekly auctions. Right here on Tuesdays. Video games at ha.com to reach out. Free appraisals, link in the description. DuckTales 2, climbing its way up over $3,000. Only the 3rd time it's ever even been sold at Heritage Auctions. The last one was back in 2022. The website said October 2nd. It might have moved. It might have moved. I'm going to have to look at that, hamster. It is possible. It is possible that there's discrepancy in the consignment deadline dates. It is possible. Sometimes they move dates and they don't tell me. No one tells me anything around here. DuckTales 2, looking for $3,750. I want to see the comps on this too here. It said those 2 have come up back. They're not even going to show me, hey? It's because it's CGC versus WADA, so we have to do like a manual search on it. Ugh. How quick can we find DuckTales 2? I think the auction is still going. I think there's still people fighting. Yeah, pushing its way over $4,000 now on it. Jeez, man.
Fair warning.
7.0 CGC-A on it. Greg, you found your first scammer. You ordered a water game off eBay and his name cracked on the bottom with multiple scratches. The guy refused a refund? Nice. It doesn't matter if they refuse a refund or not, Computer Blue. If you bought it off eBay, you just file a complaint. That's it. Doesn't matter. Yeah, you just open up a complaint with eBay, not as described, send it back. There's no such thing as not accepting returns on eBay. That is not a thing. Send that shit back.
$190.
So DuckTales 2 just closed there, what, $4,000 for the 7.0? Whereas DuckTales 2, 7.0 CIB, $500. Come on, where's the sealed copy? CIB, 9.2 CIB, 8.5A plus. A nicer copy, 10,200, hey? My God, man. It's so hard to, like, give any kind of gauge when they just don't come up. So if you just want one, if you are an NES guy, like Capcom collector, Disney collector, man, DuckTales 2 hits on a lot of spots. I think it's like 1993. When the Super Nintendo launched, 91? This is late as hell for an NES game. $4,000 there. Hydlide, 9.6A plus. Yeah, Hydlide does look cool as hell. I think Hydlide kind of plays like Dragon Warrior. Am I mistaken? I think it's kind of one of those games where you go out and you like level up, you go back, you rest, you go back out, you level up. Does Hydlide use that formula? I think it does. 9.6A plus for $350. Shooting range, 9.6A plus as well. Can't imagine the seller's happy. With the result on DuckTales 2, do you mean? Duck Hunt, Matt sticker first print there, 7.0 for 231. Excite Bike, gloss sticker, 7.0 for 225.
Next lot.
You almost threw a bid in at the Mario Party 7, 9.8A++, but couldn't pull the trigger. The auction ended at 560. 560 doesn't even sound like that much for Mario Party 7, 9.8A++. Do you know if it was early print or later print, Pokerface? It's like Scansoft versus something else for the publisher, I think, on that game. Mario Bros. 2, 9.2B here.
$800.
Look at the Itchy and Scratchy coming up. How does that make it into an eBay auction, let alone a heritage? I mean, if you send in a bunch of stuff, sometimes it can come. I think Itchy and Scratchy, as far as Super Nintendo CIBs go, isn't it a little bit hard to get? Isn't Itchy and Scratchy a little bit rare? Maybe I'm just thinking about it on other consoles, but...
Next lot.
Super Mario Bros. 2 selling for $1,000 on the 9.2B there. I'll never understand why people don't remove the tiny easy stickers. Me neither, dude. Me neither. Me neither. With some of these Dallas Fort Worth ones, I don't know if they're counting those stickers as part of the pedigree. I don't know. I still think they look like crap. Like I would still want it removed, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Manhattan Project 8.5B plus for $800. It almost feels like a deal, no?
$80.
Almost feels like a deal. 8.5B plus under $1,000 on Turtles 3. Isn't a CIB still like $200-300 on this, or am I crazy?
$85.
The Three Stooges 8.5A. And on the thumbnail there, Sculptor's Cut is the big conversation of the day. N64 collecting in general, the big discussion of the day. You guys might have saw earlier this week, I posted about Sculptor's Cut was found. It was coming to the auction. Well, now it is graded. There it is. There it is, finalized and graded. Sent to CGC already here. 9.4 A++ grade, which some people in the Discord had pinged this. Some people in the Discord were expecting this grade. It had a dinged up corner on it, so you knew it wasn't going to be like mint. But other than the corner, it looked really damn good. So 9.4 A++ confirmed on Val's Instagram page. Coming to the November signature auction. Yeah, Val clearly messed up the game by handling it, right? Clearly messed it up by handling it. The comments on that were just stupid. She posted her video showing it off and stuff, and everyone was just, so many comments. It's funny too, my video I posted on Instagram got like 130,000 views talking about that Sculptor's Cut. And the one thing everyone mentioned was the hang tab. Everyone's like, oh, it's fake because it has a hang tab on it. It's fake. They didn't have hang tabs. One person went so far, they were like, they didn't have clear hang tabs back in that year, so you know it's fake. Fake box, fake seal. Like, my video reached the normies, man, and the amount of people calling it fake scam was crazy. Crazy. Amazing how many CGC A++ you see? Yes, CGC A++ is easier to get A++ with. CGC A++ is more common than WATA A++. It is easier. I can say that with like very much confidence. A++ CGC easier to get than WATA A++.
Fair warning.
How did that get a 9.4 with the bash corners? That is just how the grading goes, man. That is just how the grading goes. And 9-4, like, obviously is a really nice game overall, but, like, you can have a dented corner or two and still 9-4 on CGC's scale. I assume WADA would give it a 9-2, 9-4 as well. Like, that wasn't an unexpected outcome, is how I would put it. Itchy and Scratchy, 7.5 here, quickly shooting its way up over $200. That's what I thought. Itchy and Scratchy does have value. It is kind of rare. Nintendo Power number 1, 6.5 free sample copy. Actually, the rare print of Nintendo Power 1 there, 475 bucks. But with the Sculptor's Cut, and maybe one of you guys can confirm this, on the VGA Pop Report, there's a VGA 90. Right? That's the only one on the VGA Pop Report for Sculptor's Cut. Now, I think that copy on the VGA Pop Report is the exact same copy on the WADA Pop Report. The 9.4 A++. And I think I remember that because I heard about them crossing it. They crossed the VGA 90 to WADA. And what I remember in my head is that it was a fuck-up. They lost the cross game. You know what I mean? You cross a VGA 90, you get a 9.4. Man, that's a kick in the nuts. That 90 is the WADA one. Yep, okay, so that's what I remembered. So my brain did lock that in. And it would probably turn into a 9.8 today. Yeah, they need to resubmit it. They need to resubmit that, seriously, man. Like, I would resubmit it, no joke. Absolutely no joke. But, yeah, so that's the same copy. Is there another copy that exists then? Are there 2 known copies or 3 known copies of Sculptor's Cut? I've heard it both ways. I've heard people talking both ways. All things the same, you'd rather have a WADA 9.8 A++? All things the same, Joe, I think majority of people agree. That the WADA 9.8 A++ is slightly above the CGC one. I think the hobby right now, most people would agree with you.
Next lot.
But also, talking about the Sculptor's Cut getting the Sculptor's Cut going to CGC, I've said this before, Heritage is defaulting most submissions now to CGC. Heritage is working way closer now with CGC than they are WADA. Like, I as far as I know, they don't work together with WADA at all. You can still send your stuff to WADA grading to sell with Heritage, but like the Heritage default now is CGC, and that's why we see a lot more CGC stuff coming up for auction, right? Not only just the pedigree stuff, but like most of the Super Nintendo in this auction today is CGC. So that's why the Sculptor's Cut went to CGC. That is the default. That is the default company being utilized. Seeing the Sculptor's Cut go that way just kind of already. Yeah, they will confirm. Okay, so yeah, Joe says there, confirmed with Heritage that they will send to WADA if you request it. Yeah, you can actively request WADA still. They default to CGC.
Fair warning.
I don't know why they swapped Super Junk. Honest to God, like, right, I don't know if it's just like, maybe they just wanted to get away from WADA. Get away from the whole stigma that is WADA games. Maybe they're just working professionally with CGC in some kind of capacity. It could just be that they're cheaper. But it is a curious... It's a curious change, to say the least. And it's been this way for a while. Mort's Garage! Welcome in here, Mort. I'm glad Sculptor's Cut got your attention. How much will you be bidding on, the Sculptor's Cut, Mort? I know you're in the market.
Fair warning.
If you're looking to get a manual, you might as well just buy a factory sealed copy. Super Mario Kart, Player's Choice, 8.5 A plus for 600 bucks. Plock went for 325. Mickey Mania, 8.5 A, still 500 bucks. Disney Mickey, man, always getting value. Mario is Missing is pretty cool as well here. 9.0 A plus copy, 656. I think this is a later print. I'm pretty sure. Toys, 9.4 A plus, 275 bucks. Excalibur 2097 8.0 A++ for $400, and here's a group lot of 3. Tetris and Dr. Mario Player's Choice 8.0 A++ is kind of cool. Galaxy 2 is a 9.8 A+ there. This isn't even that bad, and Ukulele's in there. Man, remember when Ukulele was supposed to be cool, and then it just was a huge steamer, man? That sucked, hey? I'm just making sure the Galaxy 2 is a real copy of the game, and it is. So 9.8 A+ Galaxy 2 is in there. That alone is not bad, right? Looking for 200 bucks on this. I'll toss a bid. I'll toss a bid at $200.
$180. $190. $200.
Why did I discuss
You've been
Atari and
outbid.
not Ages of Sega? When's the Ages of Sega? I don't even have it written down. That's why. I need to write it down. What day is it? What day is Ages of Sega?
$220. $240.
You think you were the first to call
You've
out
been
CGC
outbid.
getting the Dallas collection? So all credit goes to Mike. Yes. All credit to Mike on this.
$260.
You'll be bidding a high five? I hope you mean a high five figure
been
number,
outbid.
Mort. I hope that's what you mean. A high five figure number.
Fair warning.
You think WAD is faster now? Yeah, I think WAD is faster right now too. Like, I know some of you guys were saying CGC, they're fast. CGC slowed right the fuck down over summer. It might just be because of like convention season or other things going on, but as of right now, from everything I see, WADA Games slow tier is faster than CGC slow tier. But both of them are taking a little bit longer than they used to. But I'm pretty sure CGC is actually over estimated posted times right now. Yo, shit! Yo, Elijah!
$200.
Greg is sculpted and cut.
$220.
Let's go, dude! 1999, man. Thank you. And a great comment as well. I am Jim Fresh Greg today. Thank you, Elijah. That's huge, dude. I did not win the group lot of 3 there. I was the underbidder, so I tried. I genuinely just think you can sell that Tetris and Dr. Mario. Like, it ended at $325 there. I think you can sell the Tetris and Dr. Mario for like 200 bucks on its own, right? Then you got Ukulele and a 9.8 Galaxy 2. I still think it's a good value, but, you know, after frickin' shipping, tax, all that other crap,
$2.
I still think it's a decent deal for the buyer, though. Ken Griffey, 9.28 plus on Game Boy for 250 bucks. Madden 95, 8.0 B plus. Yeah, the first rule of Sega is don't talk about Sega. And yes, with the WADA 30% discount, I mean, it's a great time to submit stuff. That's why I smashed my stuff open, right? 30% discount? Give me that all day, man.
$6.
Joe, you grabbed the lot. I was going to do the exact same thing, Joe. I was going to do the exact same thing. I was going to keep the Galaxy 2, sell the other 2 games. That's funny that it was me and you, man. I think you're going to make out great on it.
$2.
I was going to do the exact same thing. $73 for Madden 95, Spider-Man, Game Boy Color, 8.0A here.
$38.
You're debating on cracking and resubmitting a 9.68 plus to try for the 9.8? I mean, hey, man.
$46.
Are you going to buy some boring-ass sports games? You know how much I love those, Kid Gabula. You know how much I love those.
$140.
Greg is probably the reason why grading time is slowed down. No. I do not have the volume for that, my friend. I do not have the volume for that. Some guy in the Discord, Mike, just showed off like 150 games he's getting graded. Like, there are people who sub far more volume than I could ever even dream of.
Next lot.
CGC just rejected a Genesis game of yours. You're 100% sure is legit, which makes you sad. You'll send it elsewhere. Are you, like, as we talk about WADA versus CGC, right? Without saying anything else, just type in the chat, like, what is your first option to grade with, right? Like, do you go WADA or CGC? Are there any VGA people in here? But you can just type your default choice in there. I'm just curious where you guys lean right now.
Fair warning. Next lot.
Working on a 500 WADA sub currently. Yeah, like, holy shit.
$30. $140.
Supyo, you're supposed to type VGA, man. You're supposed to type VGA, Supyo, and then you can be the one guy. You can be the representative. CGC, unless WADA has a sale.
$160.
32 WADA subs in the can so far on the discount. CGC, WADA, CGC, WADA, CGC, VGA, CGC, depends on the game. WADA, CGC, CGC, WADA, VGA, WADA. Jesus, it's actually like you guys are totally split on it. Totally split on it there. Like, that might genuinely be like 50-50 out of the 10 or 15 of you who typed there. Damn. WADA, your preference is WADA, but WADA's harsh on certain Genesis defects. Don't like the Genesis cases
Fair
for
warning.
WATA. Yeah, WATA finally turned off the old cases, hey? It's new case or bust now.
$320.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater on Game Boy Color is kind of cool. 9.48 plus for 162.50. Shadows of the Empire, 8.0A. Man, this is a super old one, isn't it? Isn't this a super old CGC case? Look at this. This is before they bolded it. Community feedback actually made these more bold on the case. This is like a first gen CGC holder, man. That's vintage.
Next lot.
Look, you can see how much bolded it is when the feedback came in. You can see they made it look way better. That's vintage, man. $600 Shadows of the Empire. That's an early CGC sub right there. Cool to see. $600. It looks so bad without it bold, hey? That's non-bold. That's with the bold.
Fair warning.
Yeah, vintage from last year. I don't think they did that many of them, Joe. Like, that was changed pretty quickly, if I remember correctly, but...
$80.
Legend of Zelda Link to the Past on 4 Swords for $375. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon 7.5A.
Fair warning.
When CGC started grading games is when you started submitting. But my first graded games were WATA. CGC all the way. Yeah, Super Junk. Lots of CGC people, man. VGA, you just got here. What are we voting on? You purchased already VGA graded games if you want VGA. WATA. As a card collector, 150 items sent for grading feels like rookie numbers. Well, we don't got that kind of volume in here, man. VGA, CGC.
Hi Greg, from Toronto. I just want to say your channel is absolutely amazing and so unique. Don't ever stop doing what you do because you are the best. Don't you ever forget that. Love ya, bro.
Matt Sways! Holy shit, dude. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for the kind words and the $14. Like, that is fucking so generous, man. Thank you. So kind, Matt. I'll do what I can to keep this going, dude. I'll do what I can to keep this channel going as long as I can.
$40.
Much appreciated, man. Dragon Quest V, VGA 95 copy of the game here. Whew. That's a beauty. The VGA people can appreciate 95s, and even the people who aren't VGA people can appreciate a 95.
$400.
He donated his hotel key too. Hey, there's nothing wrong with bros supporting bros, hamster. That's boys supporting boys right there, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. You don't know, CGC just lowered the shipping cost by like $40. You want to sub 3 CIB SNES games, and CGC is $170 with cleaning, and WATA is $290 even with the discount. Oh my god, man. That's tough. Yeah, the WATA shipping charge to Canada, it absolutely shafts me too, man. CGC can't be number one until they have pop reports. Kind of fucked up, they don't have them yet.
Fair warning. $80.
You seriously need to declutter? You're running out of space in your house and you have a 2,800 square foot home? Damn, dude.
Fair warning.
VGA 95 plus feels virtually impossible. It like is. You need to submit an entire case of like 20 games homeostatic to get a 95 plus. And even then you like might not get one. You know, people subbing complete boxes of like Tears of the Kingdom might get one or two 95 pluses. It's pretty dumb. Not dumb. Dumb isn't the right word. It's just like, it's incredibly difficult. Dragon Quest V went for $500 there. Magical Star Sign 9.88 plus for 114. That's why anytime you can get a VGA 95 in a game that you actually want, it's not even that bad to pay the premium. Because you just cannot make one yourself.
Fair warning. Next lot. 100.
You just consigned another game to the Heritage Signature and you're super excited? What the heck did you consign this time, Marty? Coming off the big Matt sale, Mario sale there. What did you send off this time? Pokemon Black, $325 for the 9.6A. Pokemon Black 2, 9.48 plus. And the other big question then, Sculptor's Cut, going to the Signature, 9.48 plus plus CGC. Of course, what are the estimates? What is the price estimate? What do we reasonably expect Sculptor's Cut to sell for in 2024? Does Sculptor's Cut deserve to sell for as much as it's Pop 2 or Pop 3, beautiful copy of the game. Is Sculptor's Cut like a $100,000 game? I guess that's the first question I need to ask. Is Sculptor's Cut in this grade a $100,000 N64 game? Do the people spending $100,000, does that group of people want Sculptor's Cut? Are there multiple people who want to pay that for Sculptor's Cut? What, we just had the 9.8 A++ Super Smash Bros. On N64? Sell for what, 114,000? Did it break 100,000? 96 maybe?
$30. $150.
I think that's the last monster N64 game we saw sell. I think. Fuck, let's just find the comp quick. I think Super Smash Bros. Was the last massive game.
$280.
Yeah, 93,750. 9.8 A++ Super Smash Bros. 93,750. Does that crowd of people want Sculptor Cut? Or is there a different group of people who will just bid even more on Sculptor's Cut?
$120.
120,000 on it. Sculptor's Cut's about 75,000. Right around 100K in your opinion? You don't think so? 200K, I think that might be high, but there's so much provenance. Should be a $30 game. What a pile.
$380.
How much more would it have sold for if it was found 2 years ago? If it came up in 2021, Joe, I think that's like a $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 game. Greg is getting at tip based on how Wolfenstein 3D does, so we better start promoting it more than this garbage N64 game. I need a picture of it at bare minimum, Hamster. I don't even know what Wolfenstein 3D looks like. Pokemon Ranger 9.68 plus for 450. Matt Sways, another $6.99. Let's go, dude. Let's go, dude. Much appreciated, man. Much, much, much appreciated, Matt Sways. See, that guy right there, Hamster, he gives a tip regardless of the results. It's a good man right there. Pokemon Ranger, yeah, the 9.68 plus went for 450. Pokemon Ranger Guardian Signs 9.68 plus as well on this one, pushing up over 200 bucks.
Fair warning.
$80,000? Smash is way more legendary, but yeah, Sculptor's Cut is way more rare, right? That's the thing that pushes Clay Fighter.
Fair warning.
That's what pushes Clay Fighter. High 5-figure, low 6. Like, Clay Fighter is fully held up by its rarity, right? Like, the rarity and story of Clay Fighter is... Am I, like, out of focus here? The story of Clay Fighter is known by everyone, right? That story of rarity, like, Clay Fighter gets the normie appeal, man. You show someone Super Smash Bros. And they're like, oh, that's common garbage, right? Clay Fighter is what gets the normies all horny. Clay Fighter is what gives the gamer boner, man. I just don't know if those gamers have deep pockets. That's my question. Do those gamers, the people that really get excited for Sculptor's Cut, do they also want to spend $100,000 plus on Sculptor's Cut? The game is too niche, but also too rare. Exactly, right? Sculptor's Cut is going to be close to 100K. 90 to 110 is definitely the range. That's where my head's at, Milk.
Fair warning.
Someone paid $200,000 for the other Sculptor's Cut. So that person might be interested in making sure this doesn't go too cheap. Oof. Oof. $6.99 from Hamster. USD. My gosh, dude, that's like a $20 donation right there. My guy. I appreciate you. Welcome in, Cristiano. Just in time to talk about the Sculptor's Cut coming out. Maybe you have the full story, Cristiano. Maybe people should be asking you, do you know where the Sculptor's Cut came from? What's the story behind it? Will you guys be putting out more info? Val has shared it on her Instagram and stuff, but like, we need the full story of where this game came from, how it was found, anything about the consignor if they want to share that. Like, we need the story of this, you know what I mean? The story is what sells. Pokemon Troze, 9.6A, much more niche Pokemon game on Nintendo DS, but like, the 9.6A here, I don't know what a raw copy of this costs. This is pushing over $500. Pokemon Troze, I don't even know how to say it. 9.6A. The Shadows of Alma sold for $450, the 9.88 plus.
Fair warning. $480. $500.
Yeah, in my head, Sculptor's cut is like right around $100,000. Like right close to 100 grand. I mean,
Next lot.
you know, I could like if Sculptor's cut sold for $144,000, I wouldn't be shocked, right? That wouldn't shock me. If it sold for $84,000, it wouldn't shock me. If it sold for anything less than 75 and anything more than 200, I would be surprised. But anywhere in that like 85,000 to 135,000 range, that's where I think it's gonna go.
$320.
I think. But like, man, it's just nuts. I think there are some crazy ass sealed N64 collectors with deep pockets. Oh, there are. I know there are, Hamster. I know there are. If one of those really deep pocket N64 guys decides to go for the Sculptors, like it could push its way over 200. I just don't know if some of those super deep pocket N64 guys only care about Marios and stuff, or if they also care about Sculptors. That's the big question, right? But Smash, even if it's high grade, is insanely common if you ignore grade. A sealed Sculptor's like stadium events level notoriety. Yeah, it's the notoriety upon sealed, exactly. If you ignore the grade on Smash, yes.
Next lot. $2.
You wish some of these billionaire collectors would share their vids galleries. Feel like they rarely see once they're sold. I agree. But so many collectors just are private, Elijah. It's just the nature of the beast. Like, collecting already takes a certain kind of personality and stuff, and like, let's be honest, a lot of people who are collecting video games or hoarding stuff, like, they aren't usually an extrovert, right? They aren't usually the loudest guy in the room. More reserved, keep to themselves kind of personality, like what they like. You know what I mean?
$100.
So I think just by the nature of the beast, a lot of people who collect this stuff, who hoard this stuff, they just aren't loud about it.
$10.
Anything Pokemon always pumps. Yeah, seriously. The Pokemon Troze sold for freaking $600, man. $600. Yeah, don't buy anything else. Just buy Pokemon, let's be honest. Animal Crossing New Horizons, 9.88 plus for $99. Battle Squadron. Early Genesis EA here from the Dallas Fort Worth collection. A CIB for $129. I'm surprised the box grade is only an 8.0. I wonder if you can just remove those stickers? It's like an oddly low box grade for a CIB Genesis game. Cool Spot, 9.68 plus PAL version of the game. European for the Sega Mega Drive. Still pushing 9.68 plus sealed. Still pushing its way over $200. Yeah, I saw that someone on Facebook, a new person, was starting up like a 9.8 factory sealed N64 set. Like, what? So, yeah, there are definitely some rich people out there who are interested in N64. Oh, is that a cardboard one? Ah, that's cardboard. That's why it's an 8.0. It's cardboard. I didn't see that. That's why it's 8.0 on that one. I was thinking it was an EA clamshell. Double Dribble, 9.88 for $250. Cool Spot ended at $250. Fun and Games, 9.88 plus. Highest graded copy out of just 2 on the Bop Report. Fun and Games on Super Nintendo, even as a CIB, is really rare. Like, this is just a low-key, random frickin' game, but like, the Super Nintendo print is extremely rare.
Next lot. $65.
You doubt it's even possible to collect all N64 games in 9.8? I agree with you 100%. It's just like does every N64 game even exist in 9.8? You know, I don't even know if they do. Did Cristiano answer? Good evening, degenerates. I was seeing if he answered about the Sculptor's cut at all.
Fair warning.
You hit bid like 20 times? You can. Which item were you going for, Chris? Which game were you fighting for? Mutant League Football 9.2B. Man, it's not even at $100 yet. That is. Do I just like cut bid is off?
$90.
This feels like you can just Like $119 just feels cheap for a 9.2B on this. 14 on the pop report.
Fair warning.
Mutant League Football. Oh, the question, where did Sculptor's cut come from? Where's Sculptor's cut from? What's the story? Why does Val have it? Anything you can share about where this came from and why it exists.
100.
The biggest thing everyone was questioning in my own video was, why does it have a hang tab on it if it was only for rental? So just like, you know, anything that can be shared about the story is great.
Next lot. $65 to $80.
Most collectors that have game counts within the thousands, like some of us here, don't like to make their stuff public. You know, you don't want your collection publicly known. Yeah, I don't either. Like, I mean, you guys know about a lot of stuff I have, obviously. But like, even my most expensive stuff, like I don't make videos. You have no idea? You don't even know what it is? Oh my god. Oh my god. What, are you not an N64 guy at all? Come on, man. You're making me feel young as hell out here. Craig has a private collection mostly. Yeah, like, you know, I don't make videos where it's like the rarest games in my collection, the most expensive games in my collection. Like, I show off some stuff on Instagram, but like, no one in my real life knows what I have.
360
is what I would say. Very, very, very few people know what I have in real life. Like, even my close friends, they know I collect games, but no one knows the extent of it, right?
Next
Rocket Knight Adventures 9.88, 425. Also, really cool game here.
85.
Pink Goes to Hollywood 9.88 plus for 139. You were like 30 when the N64 came out? Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Divine Pops! Welcome in, dude. Hope all is well with you as well. Maybe I asked you already, Divine. Yeah, I think I did about the GameStop Retro.
Fair warning.
And you said your store gets enough traffic and enough volume where you can just do it yourselves.
$60. $120.
You've never played N64 either, Game Gallery? Jesus Christ.
$80.
Yeah, you guys are frickin' seniors.
$260.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm getting excited about the Sculptor's cut here. Like, you know, one of the biggest N64 auctions that's gonna happen, and you don't even frickin'... Oh my gosh. Get this guy out of here. It's crazy. Sewer Shark 6.58 plus. Actually kind of interesting, only 6 on the pop report. This was included with most Sega CDs, so finding an actual long box retail copy of the game is hard to do. It's kind of like Super Mario World, right? It was included with every console, so no one had to buy the standalone game. Sewer Shark is the same thing, and that's why 6.58 plus of like a random frickin' game, right? Still sells for 325 on Sega CD. Which, like, for Sega CD, that's really not bad. Mansion of the Hidden Souls 9.88 plus went for $300. Subterranea 9.88 plus for 124. Hidden 2 Ultraverse Prime and Microcosm 2-pack 9.88 plus from the Dallas Fort Worth collection. This is your Pioneers Auction super fan group. Yeah, no doubt. I'm gonna show up to this I'm gonna show up to the Pioneers Auction just snoozing. Make sure I bring my pillow and my mattress. Like, you guys have a good auction. I'll talk to you in 50 minutes or whatever, you know? I'll talk to you guys in an hour. Children of the Atom on Sega Saturn. I think we just had this on PS1 last week, right? The 9.0 here on Sega Saturn, pushing its way up over $500 easy here.
$500.
Your video game collection has a direct impact on your ego, so showing it off isn't much. Yeah, funny enough, Hamster, right? I talked about the personality type that's like very reserved. You don't show off much stuff. That is one side of collector. I do also 100% think that there is a certain type of collector, be it video games, sports cards, whatever it is, who like makes the collecting or the buying super expensive stuff, buying the best of the best, showing off the best of the best. That is 100% part of their personality. I know you're saying it as a joke, Hamster. I don't think that's how you are, but like that person, that type of collector absolutely exists. Thanks to
$5. $7.
That collector absolutely exists as well. X-Men Children of the Atom closes at $600 there. 007 Tomorrow Never Dies, 9.88 plus for $243.75. Easter Bunny's Big Day. I think this is unironically rare. I think. Like, I think it has value as a CIB. Easter Bunny's Big Day, published by Mastiff, 9.68 plus, highest graded copy out of 4 on the Pop Report. I think it's valuable. Or maybe it's just always been a meme. Maybe it's just always been a meme. I just, it's always stuck out. I can't remember why though. But this is your chance to help Easter Bunny save the day. You have info on Sculptor's Cut. Let's hear it. Let's hear it, man. What do we know? Hey, I'm not saying any names, Comac. I'm not saying any names about anyone. I just think there are some collectors out there who really value the show-off aspect of collecting.
$150.
Heritage hands out all the Werther's originals to all the Pioneer super fans. Yeah, at the signature auction, you get the champagne and lobster, and at the Pioneers auction, they just have one of those glass candy bowls sitting there with the hard mints. That's all they have at the Pioneers live showcase. Just a little glass bowl with the hard mints inside.
$100. $110.
The auction's at 3 p.m. so like people can be asleep by 5.
Fair one. $120. $130.
First someone donate $20 for him to spill. Wow. 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 What a bro. What a bro. What a dude.
Fair
Holding the information hostage for $20. You love to see it. You love to see it. Oh, it's dirty, but you love to see it. Easter Bunny's Big Day did go for $206 there. Gekio Shooting King, 9.8 A++. Highest graded copy out of just 5 on the Pop Report. So the Sculptor's Cut did come through the Tokyo office. That is already weird as hell. I had heard rumor that it came through the Japan, but I didn't have anything to confirm it. So it is consigned through Tokyo. That's the Sculptor's Cut. That's already weird as hell. Why is it in why is it in Japan?
Next lot. $55.
Which one did you just win, Jack's Hacks? Which one did you just win? You did intercept 3 fake N64.
$20.
For the community.
For the community! Let's go, dude. Eric Hewitt, fucking huge, man. That is the best paywall I've ever seen in my life. Best paywall I have ever seen in my life. Honestly, you started showing off games on Instagram as a manner of selling trading, and then it just became routine, but you haven't done Instagram in a while. You were thinking about it today, actually. Yeah, I mean, I think Instagram in general has just cooled off big time, so... Alright, so let's hear everything you have to say now, Cristiano. It's coming in through the Tokyo, Japan branch of Heritage.
$220.
You won the Gekio Shooting King. There we go. There we go. Cool win. I think it was, what, 200 bucks? I don't know what this game is. It's interesting that it's consigned by, or published by Natsume, but that's like all that I can even say about it. I know nothing about the game.
$140.
The Warriors on PS2 is pretty cool. 9.2 B+, not the best grade in the world, but it is a cool game. This on PS2 and Xbox, The Warriors, used to be really expensive CIB. This is, you know, probably going back to like 2012, 2013. The Warriors had really good value. I guess it's still pushing its way up to 200 bucks, man. Only second time at Heritage, 10 copies on the Pop Report. I mean, heck, that's still pretty decent. Almost 200 bucks for 9.2 B+. 187.50, yeah, that's still pretty damn good.
$34.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monster Coliseum, 8.5 A+ on this one.
$46.
It's a random shmup. You bought it for the mech on the cover?
$50.
Alright, fair enough. Fair enough, Jax. I thought maybe you were going to tell me it's a game you grew up playing or something. You could see Instagram picking up if collectibles picks up with the interest rates dropping. Yes. The good old days come again. Yes. Absolutely, man. With the interest rate drop, I mean, heading into November, heading into 2025 here, that interest rate drop could be the start of something growing. Could be the start of something coming.
Next lot.
Could be, man. It would be good if people were posting on Instagram again. It was just like fun seeing everyone's collection and stuff. You know, like, as it is fun just showing off, bragging, and like talking with a bunch of other people. Like it is. The Instagram culture in 2021, man, was wild. And Cristiano, do you have any other details? We're all sitting here on pins and needles, man. What else do you know about the Sculptor's Cut? What else will they tell you? Metal Gear Solid 4, 9.4B plus here, selling off for $104. Here's Tamashi, 9.6A++. I did show this off on my Instagram story as well. This is made by the exact same company. I believe this is the same as Poop Slinger, right? I believe it's the same company. They did this really weird Twitter type of like pre-order that people didn't even know if the pre-order was real. The developers were saying it was fake, then people were saying it was real. No one knows how many times, no one knows how many copies were sold. The rumors are like 80 copies, way more than 80. It's just a super weird release, and it's become infamous with PS4 collecting. The 9.6A++ here selling for $781. One of the most expensive PS4 games. It's called Tamashi. You can go ahead and Google it and get like the full story of why the hell it exists and everything that went down with its release. But just, if you're into modern game collecting, I mean, maybe this is something that you might want to pick up. $70. Stand by on Sculptor's Cut info. Gotcha. Godzilla Save the Earth, 9.6A here. With a Godzilla 50th anniversary sticker. I don't know if every copy of this game has it or not. $80. 9.6A though here on original Xbox. Godzilla games are just cool in general. Is that part of the official library? Yes. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't count this towards a full set. Like it's licensed, it's ESRB, like it has everything you need, right? USA, ESRB, like if you don't want to count this, then I don't think you could count any other like limited rare games or anything. That Tamashi went for just as much as a PS5 Pro, ironically. $130. How does Heritage reach their 5K minimum, especially if part of this mission is stuff they haven't sold before? You're thinking of consigning them stuff soon, but never done it before? It's like there's obvious estimation and then like a little bit of guesswork. I think at this point, Trevor, like even yourself, right? You can probably estimate if your stuff is $5,000 or, you know, like, is it likely to be over 5K or is it likely not?
Fair warning.
If you have stuff you haven't sold before, you know, even with unsold items, you can do a good inference. CIB copies of Tamashi were $600 to $1,000 on their own. Jesus. That's a deal for the Tamashi. You sold your raw copy a year ago for about the same price. Has interest in it gone down, Milk? I did a quick eBay search before the auction. I saw that there were some, I did see that there were some eBay sales on the Tamashi. They were all like $1,000 bin oboe offer accepted. So $800 here might be in line with current eBay sales, basically. But I haven't followed the game, right? It's just not something that appeals to me in any way, shape, or form. Like, I will never own this.
Next lot.
Batman Arkham Origins 9.6A plus there on 360 for $63. Gears of War 2 Comic-Con International promotional poster 36 by 24. This is a big Gears poster, man. That's pretty sick. Looking for $43 on it.
Fair warning.
So the Sculptor's Cut is from a private collector in Japan. There may be more details that Valerie will release later. Man, I hope she does. Maybe I need to sit down and talk with Val. Because, like, when stuff like this, you know, isn't supposed to exist, it's just so interesting to know why it does. You know, I think the number one question is just, like, how the hell did this game end up in Japan? Did someone take it from America to Japan? Was Japan allotted copies of the game? Like, oh, man. Just for the history and the provenance, you know what I mean? Just for the history and the provenance. Like, myself as someone who loves video game collecting, it's like, man, Yeah, this Valerie after the signature. The same collector has 5 more copies. Exactly, right? The same collector has 5 more copies. But only after the signature concludes.
You've been outbid.
Star Wars Force Unleashed Ultimate Sith Edition, 9.88 plus here with the Steelbook. Looking for $200 on it, hey? Pushing its way to 213.
Fair warning.
Oh man.
$180.
It's 225 now. People just keep bidding. People just keep bidding here. You'd love if every consigner would share their stories, but most prefer not to. I also feared that. I also feared that, especially with the Japan collector. That's tough. I talked about USA collectors being like, you know, recluse and like to themselves. I can only assume Japan collectors are even way more keep to themselves, you know? Fuck. Hopefully we get more details.
Fair warning.
The Star Wars Force Unleashed, $237.50. This is honestly really cool. Really, really cool there. Turning Point Fall of Liberty. I don't even remember this game on 360, man. 2008? This game got a collector's edition for some reason? What is this?
$80.
I do not remember this game existing, let alone being a big enough deal that it got a special edition. But I guess back then, what year is this? Yeah, 2008. In the 360 era, hey, they gave a Steelbook special edition to frickin' anything, hey? Turning Point sold for $70, by the way. This is 12 sealed 360 games. Oh, and Xbox One is in there. Minecraft on Xbox One as well as Genesis. The rest being 360 titles.
$130.
You tried to reset a PS4 disc. It was starting to leave an indent, so you gave up. Yeah. One more layer is the fact that Sculptor's Cut didn't get opened by customs. Thank God, hey. Thank God.
$600.
Turning Point was absolute trash. You regret buying it at the time of its release. That's so funny. Like, of course, there's someone who did actually buy this, hey? I mean, it must have been a big release if it got a special edition. Fortnite with the Llama-Palooza sticker, 9.4A, actual early print, desirable copy of the game. Still pushing its way to $800 here. Fortnite, these 9.4 copies, they're hovering in that $1,000 range, both Xbox One and PS4. The value just isn't really going down anymore. Like, it's come down from the super highs that it had, but this is just where Fortnite has kind of ended up, is at that $1,000 range. Man, the last 9.6A++ did $2,500. 9.4A back in August 2023, also $960. Like, that's just where it is. Llama is the desirable copy. I think it's first night. I think it's first print game gallery. I'm pretty sure it coincides with first print, but at bare minimum, it's way more desirable. This is the one collectors want. You want Llama-Palooza on your Fortnite. What, Fortnite sold for $55,000 during the craziness? 1K for a 9.4A Xbox One game is crazy? I mean, it is kind of nuts. It is, but like, if you want a copy of Fortnite, it almost feels, and hear me out on this, I don't know if any of you guys in here are Fortnite collectors out there, but it almost feels like we're at a point with that game where anytime it comes up, there are people who bid on it just to keep the floor high. There are people who will continually pay $1,000 for them, $900, $800. That's what it feels like to me. Is we don't have enough copies coming up for auction where the people who are buying them, the people who are speculating on Fortnite, they have enough money to keep the price propped. That's what it feels like to me on Fortnite. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe Greg's a little bit crazy, hey? Maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist. But that's what it feels like to me on Fortnite. So, you know, you say 1,000's crazy. If people aren't going to let the value fall, it'll just keep selling for $1,000. And we only see one copy every 2-3 months at this point, right? It's not like for $5,000, you can almost hold the floor on every copy that comes up this year. Back on the Tamashii thing, interest has gone down. A lot of the speculation on Limited Rare actually is another limited print company. Every subsequent release can be obtained for around 50 each. Yeah, like good. Dare I say good. I can't help but feel that whole limited rare, secret rare, like that was, I don't want to say a fad, but you know what I mean? I think it's not surprising that for a while now we're going to see less interest. And I do think that the pendulum can swing back around in the next 5 to 10 years where it's like, oh my god, remember limited rare games? They had all these sick games, like you're going to go back and collect them? But I'm not surprised to hear that like natural attrition here, that they you can't sustain interest in something like a limited product for an indefinite amount of time. It just doesn't work. You've been trying to buy anything at decent grade and good price lately, hoping the market will go up again after the economy overall recovers? You and me both, Jax. You and me both. 2023, 2024, both big years for spending for me. I am buying a lot of games. I am grading a lot of games. I'm taking a shot, dude. I'm hoping the market props back up once the economy overall is doing better. I believe in video games long term, though, right? Like, I believe in it, so... 55k on eBay sold by a comic dealer, 9.8 A++ PS4. Jesus Christ. You also don't really see the appeal, as most people never even had the physical copy anyway, but maybe that's just you. I think it's just by the name. It's just the namesake. If you are someone who loves Fortnite, if that is your game, that is your childhood, if you want a Fortnite collectible, the physical game is I'd say the premier item to own, right? You can get some of the Fortnite trading cards, I guess. Does Fortnite have tradable skins? Does Fortnite have a skin economy? I don't think it does. Can you buy super early skins on Fortnite? Can you trade in-game skins? Or can you just buy, like, unredeemed codes? I feel like it's only unredeemed codes. But someone correct me if I'm wrong on that. Disney DuckTales 2 did lead the auction. 7.0A for $4,000. Super Mario Bros. 2, 9.2B for $1,000. Fortnite, 9.4A for $906. What a duality, hey? The frickin' two sides of this hobby. Super Mario Bros. 2, 9.2B from what, like 1988? Frickin' 40 years old? $4,000 or $1,000. Almost the same grade. I mean, 9.4A versus 9.2B plus. Fortnite, or B. Yeah, Mario Bros. 2, I guess, was a B grade, but still, Fortnite sells for $100 less. Kind of fun to look at. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, The Manhattan Project, $812 for the 8.5B+. And yeah, the PS4 Tamashii is right there as well, right? 9.6A++ for almost $800. Like, just kind of funny. Kind of funny. The lowest selling game of the auction, tonight's big loser. Who had Batman on their bingo card? Arkham Origins with a little, you get to play as, who is it? I think this is an early copy right here, I believe, with this DLC. Deathstroke and some maps. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is an early print copy with this sticker on Arkham Origins, but still 9.6A plus, $63. Am I live again on Thursday? I don't think so. Heritage auction calendar. I don't think I am. I think we're back next Thursday. What do we got? October 3rd, we're back for the Pioneers. Yeah, October 3rd, October 10th. So we're not back on Thursday. We're back next Thursday. Next Thursday for the Atari Pioneers auction, and then the following Thursday, the Sega auction. So that's what we got to look forward to next week. Whew. No items aren't tradable. That's what I thought. You'd like to have Fortnite, but not for $55,000. For you, the appeal is just having physical copies of indie games with those companies. Yeah, I guess. But on that note, you guys, videogames@ha.com to reach out for consignments if you guys want to do that. Huge thanks to them sponsoring. Huge thanks to you guys being here on the Tuesday. Sculptor's Cut headed towards November signature. It's going to be super freaking exciting, man. That's going to be... We'll see what else goes to the November signature. Obviously, there's going to be some other crazy games submitted. There will be. There always are. But for right now, that is my #1 item at the signature. That is man, that is the one I care about for right now. We'll see what else gets submitted. That's the storyline I'm going to be building, is Sculptor's Cut. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Have a great night, everybody. Take care. Have a good night. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for the donations. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good night.